begin? Welcome everybody to the Unagi Sayaka Watch. Those who are big fans of Unagi Sayaka, but you're having a hard time trying to keep up to what she's been doing since she left with Stardom. Lucky for you, I'm gonna be following her every way of her journey as a freelancer in her Gion period. Um, if you guys want to know, for those who are new to the channel, you ask yourselves, why am I doing this? Well, I'm a fan of Unagi. She's a bit of an unorthodox wrestler, but it always helps her. I do find her interesting because of what she can bring to the table. So that's what I do, and I've been doing this since she started freelancing in October of last year. So let's talk about reviewing one of her recent matches with Marvelous that took place on the 3rd of February. This one, uh, what Unagi teams up with her allied from Colors and one of her closest friends, Rina Amikura. They take on Mio Momono and Chikayo Nagashima. Now, what I like about this match was very easy, simple. Like, I know that Unagi has faced Nagashima before. The first time encounter, she put her merch money on the line, and then she had to team up with her on Christmas Day in order to get it back. But in this particular day, it was more now that they're opposite of each other. But that wasn't the story about the match that I liked. I think the story I liked about this one is Mio Momono, who has her issues towards her in story wise. Now, I can tell that was what the case was about. I mean, it was a good match, a good story from what I saw. But however, it wasn't Mio Momono who picked up the win. It was Nagashima who picked it up when she applied. I couldn't tell if it was a brainbuster um or a fisherman buster. I couldn't tell the difference from that. But right in the post match, Miyu Momono got into her face. Like she took great pleasure trying to say something. I don't know what it is. But one thing I know for sure, I know that Miyu Momono is threatened by the appearance of Unagi Sayaka. Now, let's go back to, of course, when Unagi went freelancing. We weren't too sure where she was going to make appearance. We know that she went freelancing when she appeared in Just Tap Out, and then she appeared in Marvelous, and then Sendai's, then Gleet, and so on and so on and so on. However, one thing that was very interesting to hear is of course this is what we do know. Um, the Marvelous roster, Maria, one of the members of the Marvelous roster, talked about even though Unagi's a bit of a nuisance to her, she feels like she has to protect Marvelous from invaders like her, and I think Miyu Momono is in the exact same predicament. Now, I wasn't too sure what exactly they talked about, but from the language I can sense in their body, you can tell Miyu Momono wants to have a match against her. I'm not sure when, because I know for a fact that she will have a match teaming up with AI from Just Tap Out later on, but we'll see about that. But we'll we'll go from there. I'm not gonna lie. So I have to say it was a good match. I will put that on the description about that link on YouTube on the description down below so you guys can check it out. Now, we did have a very interesting interview that was conducted by Five Star Network. They did get help from Dark Pure so Fusion, Scott E. Wrestling from Fightful Select, and I forgot who else. They talked to Unagi, and they talked about her her thoughts about coming to the states. She said they asked her, "Is there any possibilities that she could team up with Queen Aminata?" If you guys ever seen, Queen Aminata has her own YouTube channel. They seem like they hit it off pretty well. Unagi said that she would like to team up with her one day, but right now she feels more interested in going up against her, being her opponent. So it would make sense. She talks about how excited she's looking forward to the American food, all this and that. They even asked her, did she ever consider leaving Cosmic Angels, forming her own faction? She says she could never leave the Cosmic Angels, but she did say she wants people to team up with her. So I think that kind of sets the story, and I think it would make sense. I mean, she does have some friends that she teamed up with other than Rina Mikura from Colors. I mean, she does have AOI, and of course, recently she teamed up with Nanami from God's Eye, who made appearances in Stardom. So who knows who will be teaming up with her? So it's gonna be interesting to see. We'll be going there from that. Now here's the schedule. I do know she'll be participating in upcoming matches. On this Sunday, on the 12th of February, she'll be in Shiba. She'll be teaming up with Just Tap Out, AOI, and they take on Maria and Rico Kawahara, a team that Munagi has faced already. And then on the 13th, she'll be heading back to Tokyo for Just Tap Out at Jinjuku Face. She teams up with AOL once again, and they take on Tomoka Inova and Yu Yamagata. Now, keep in mind, Tomoka hasn't forgotten AOI's betrayal by siding with Unagi, so that's going to be interesting. Um, what other events taking place? I do know in the month of March, she's already been booked for 3 events taking place in in Pro Wrestling Zero. First one's going to be on the 5th, where she will be having a tag partner taking on Jungle Kiona and Jaguar Yakota. I don't know whose partner going to be. She'll be in a match on the 18th of March as well. And of course, she goes back with Pro Wrestling Zero on the 16th of April. But she does have another match taking place in Marvelous on the 10th. She'll be facing against Takumi Iroha, who she's been waiting for to get her to be in the ring against. If you guys remember, Takumi was injured, but now she's going to be wrestling real soon in Spain, and then after that, she'll be back in rehab to be fully recovered. And then finally, we know it on the 29th of April, she'll be facing the founder of World Woman Pro Wrestling, Diana, Akiyoko Inoue. Um, that's pretty much it. So, just a friendly reminder, I'm going to be putting on the description down below the links to the match she had with Rina to take on Nagashima and Mio Momono, and of course the interview with 5 Star Network, so you guys can check it out. So that will be in the description down below. So stand by on that. So I think that's pretty much it. If there's anything else on Unagi Sayaka, I will be putting that as soon as possible. And if anything changes, anything exciting news, I will be making that as well. So I'll see you guys on the next episode. So I must bid all of you adieu. So goodbye. And have a nice day.